The secret, it's simple. Ben, what I do is I work with seniors, the adult children of helping their mother move into senior living. At that exact moment, there is no better time in our lives as real estate investors to help those families. They just found out that mom has to move into senior living. So three things happen. Where will mom get the best care? What do we do with the house? What do we do with the stuff? And I help with the house and the stuff. And so if you think about the nature of that lead, there's a cost associated, which is a very huge cost to move mom into senior living. At that moment is when they need to sell. The last thing they want to do is rehab at that moment, right? They need money. The last thing they're thinking about doing is spending money to try to get more money. Plus, who's going to take care of that rehab, right? So we'll get way deep into what all this means.
Yeah, and I don't want to overlook here, because a lot of people that don't have experience to, thinking about seniors that need to move into some kind of a longer term or assisted living care, it's not cheap. It's anywhere from $4,000 to $10,000 plus, on average. It's $90,000 a year. A lot of these property owners have all the equity in their home. They're as is because they haven't been updated, because mom's spouse probably passed away sometime 8 years ago, and she hasn't updated the house at all. You get some amazing, that's whole cycle starting to come back around. All the avocado green and the yellows and everything else. It's about to make its third round.
Yeah.
But it's expensive to move into senior care.
Yep. And most people live on a fixed income, right? So that house is their piece that's going to get them into a nice place to live. So obviously the emotional state, if you've been in real estate a long time, you've had those families that you talk to where they're just all over the place. One brother lives in North Carolina, one brother lives in Chicago, the sister lives in Sheboygan, with mom is the one who's got all this burden on her, right? There's all this infighting, you want to see, it's not rare for a family to fight, and so you're there kind of a quarterback to help them with their problems in that exact moment. A typical story of this is that they just found out that mom has to move into senior living, and now they rush to figure out how to pay for that care. And so the emotional state, I always call it the most responsible child. There's one of the, and when I say child, I mean this person could be 70 years old themselves, dealing with their 90-year-old mother. There's a lot of pressure and burden on that one person in the family to make everybody happy. And will they make everyone happy? Of course not. But their emotional state is so fractured that I really get deep into, this is not a typical real estate lead. And what I teach people how to do is help those families at that exact right moment to get to their true goal, which is helping mom, turning that house into cash that's needed to pay for the care, and what to do with the stuff.
It's a totally different experience than somebody that maybe has a bankruptcy and needs to dump their house just to survive, versus I'm putting the woman that took care of me, my mom, into care. I live 1,000 miles away, and it's just really, really stressful. And everything that mom loves is in the house. It's her memories. It's her entire life. Yeah. And so between all the different personalities of the adult children and who should do what and where they should go, and we weren't even thinking about this 6 months ago. It's a crazy time, and it's really critical to have the sensitivity training on how you're dealing with these families and what's going on with them.
Yeah, and the one thing we haven't even brought up yet, she's moving from a 2,000 square foot house that she's lived in for 45 years, and it's got a lower level full of stuff as well, and she's moving to 144 square feet. So how many hats can you bring? It's hard. This whole process can be very hard for the families, and you can be a solution.